Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. So, when it comes to dealerships, they always try to scam people or at least not tell you everything. So, make sure you take like a magnifying glass when you go to the dealerships and run through that contract with a fine tooth comb to make sure that you're not getting overcharged for things like nitrogen, air, or some additional fees that shouldn't be there, because it's your job to make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of. At the end of the day, you're going to be stuck with that vehicle for the next 5 to 6 years, and you want to make sure that you're getting the actual deal that was agreed upon. Otherwise, cancel the contract, redo it properly, or just go somewhere else. So this used car dealership owner got caught with his hand in the cookie jar for writing bad checks. A dealer let me just zoom that in, accused of buying 257,000 worth of used cars with worthless checks. The former owner of a used car business is facing multiple felony charges and might be in debt to the tune of $3.5 million. For the most part, buying and selling cars is a straightforward process. Yep, you go to your dealerships, you just go, hey, I want to trade in my car. All right, they'll write you a low ball offer, and you can either take it or leave it, and then they will, cut you a check for the balance. Now, if you owe money on that said vehicle, now what the dealerships is going to do is they're going to get all the information, and you get the payout for the vehicle, and then they're going to submit the check straight to the bank that owns the title. And then once the bank receives the funds, then they will release the title to the dealership, and then they can sell it, of course, and make their profit or whatever. And if there's any remaining balance left on the payoff, then the bank will cut you a check and send it to you in the mail. That's usually the process, at least what I've experienced in the past. Um, nevertheless, as in practically all walks of life, there are also those who try to pull a scam. Case in point, following the individual, the Pitt County Sheriff's Department has accused used car dealer Willard Tim Sutton of allegedly defrauding the tune of $257,000. God damn. To achieve this, he bought a number of cars from different individuals, paid with checks that he reportedly knew would bounce. Now he's in custody, facing 3 felony charges. So, what's going to happen to all those vehicles that he purchased? Are they going to be able to go back to the people that he wrote bad checks to? How are those people going to get taken care of? How are they going to be reimbursed? So make sure, like I said, I've done with dealerships before, trading a vehicle and what they actually do. And sometimes if you own the vehicle, then they just write you a check, right? That's normal. But now your title is gone, you no longer own the vehicle. But the silver lining here is he got arrested, he got busted, he's gonna be doing some time. Sutton owned and managed Greenvale Auto World in South Carolina. Authorities say that they believe he issued his first fraudulent check on June 13, 2023, when he bought 7 vehicles from Greenvale Auto Brokers for $147,000. About a month later, June 30th, he bought another vehicle, this time for $30,290. Again, police claim he used a check that he knew would bounce. Between the 2 dates, an unnamed party filed an involuntary bankruptcy petition against Greenvale Auto World. By late August, another such petition had been filed. Court records alleged show over $3.5 million debts owed by Sutton. Holy shit. So he owned a lot of people some money. So he's trying to file bankruptcy. Maybe somebody can explain to me, what does that mean? Like, I know what bankruptcy is, but what happens when somebody else files for that said business? Between the 2 dates, an unnamed party filed an involuntary bankruptcy petition. Let me look that up myself. Why ask you guys, right? Let me do a little bit of a research. It's not gonna kill me, right? You guys are learning something today. Involuntary bankruptcy is a legal proceeding through which creditors request that a person or a business go into bankruptcy. Creditors can request involuntary bankruptcy if they think they will not be paid if bankruptcy proceeding don't take place. They must seek a legal requirement to force a debtor to pay their debts. Typically, the debtor is able to pay their debts, but chooses not to for some reason. Oh shit. See, I'm learning something. You guys are learning something. Hey, it's a win-win. And if you know, hey, shout out to you. Big thumbs up for you. Okay, so we're moving on. As detective investigated the case, they say that they learned three more worthless checks totaling $78,184 given to the states for more vehicles. It's unclear what type of vehicle certain was buying. Obviously, he wasn't buying good enough vehicles to make a profit because his business was hemorrhaging money. Where's all that shit going? Like maybe he's just stuffing his pockets or putting them somewhere else in an account that they can't track. I don't know. He now faces one charge of obtaining property by false pretenses greater than 100,000, two more simply obtaining property by false pretenses, and he's currently in custody at the Pitt County Detention Center with a bond of 100,000. That ain't shit. They should make that bond a little bit higher. 100K. That's like $10,000, 10%. Interesting. Greenville Auto World still exists. Yeah, I actually I pulled up their website. Sort of, according to a post on its Facebook page, the used car dealer isn't connected to Sutton aside from having the same name. His company went out of business last June 2023. A corporation and network of dealership simply moved into this former empty facility. We decided to use the same DBA name since the service and sales department had such loyal customers and the cost of signage replacement was extremely high. But that name has a little bit of a stain on it. I think the customers would still come even though it's no longer named that. It doesn't have that specific name. Anytime you Google that name, it's gonna pop him up. So to me, it would have been just better off to rebrand the dealership and still let them know that hey, it's the same dealership, but it's just somebody else's now. It's no longer Greenville Auto World. It would have been, I don't know, they could have came up with something. I just feel like that name is forever stained. The Pitt County Department didn't comment on what Sutton's plan was regarding the used cars and how he planned to get away with the scheme. Because everything is going to crumble eventually. Things are going to go not the way you're thinking of. But anyway, let me know what you guys think are. But let me know what your thoughts are about this whole situation. It's funny because dealerships I've always just see dealerships as just scammy because of all the things they try to get away with, to be honest with you. I hate the process of purchasing vehicles, whether it's new or used. Now I just avoid it as much as I can until I have no fucking choice but to go to them. Then it is what it is. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.